They've certainly got some firepower still to come. Gee, Just Party did come with a very powerful run there, and Richo's push for deconstruction, I hope somebody took that up, because it's run very well and paid over $7 for the minor money. They got squeezy towards the end, but a little too late for anything to happen. What a horse he was, Myton Parry. Won what was known as the Caulfield Stakes, now named after him, and then went on to win the Cox Plate. He's only one of 2 horses ever to win a Caulfield Cup, a Cox Plate and the Melbourne Cup. Not in the same year for this bloke. Only Rising Fast, the only other one. I mean, it's rare air, isn't it? What a horse he has been. And today, it's so much, Richo and Katie, about James McDonald and his quest to get 100 Group 1s, and he starts with a tissue in this one.
Yeah, he does, and mare that he gets along with really well. Of course, he's won 2 on her Group 1 at the end of the Champions last year in the last spring. That was on a quick backup, Richo, so he's certainly going well.
Yeah, what a timeline this is. So his first ever winner was at Tarapa 17 years, 1 month and 25 days ago. And his first Group 1 winner was 16 years and 6 months ago. Can he make his 100th today?
And Katie, it's not only in Australia he can find a good horse, and now you would have done a lot of his travel arrangements. He's been able to travel far and wide.
Yeah, he's been really lucky to find some good horses around the world. Of course, that one in England was Mighty Nature Strip that Kathy O'Hara now has, and look at the trainers there. There's Chris Waller, obviously, with the 36, 16 James Cummings, and John O'Shea there, one of he's the people that brought him over. But how many good horses has he found?
And Richo, I mean, look at it. This is a who's who.
It certainly is, isn't it? We interviewed Huey Bowman yesterday on the Triple Trio and asked him about James McDonald, and he said, I encouraged him at Karaka one day to come over and make Australia home. He said, now as a business decision, I'm pretty ruining that decision now, some 12 years later. What a remarkable young athlete he is.
He's made it a mansion, not a home, Richo, that's for sure and certain. Don't you blush, Katie. He's 99 not out, so they're the boy. They're the great jockeys that are looking down on him and saying, come on, J-Matt, we've got the key, just open it up. The Pumper, Ollie, Huey, and Cotton Fingers more. And how much younger he is, Caitlin, because you wouldn't marry anyone that was 50, and poor old Jimmy had to wait for that line, didn't he?
Oh, Bruce. Yeah, unbelievable. Look at the ages. Of course, James is only 32 years old, so he's got a lot ahead of him, and to reach the 100 so quickly is it's a credit to him.
He's not there yet. He's got 2 chances today. He'll be Toey. He's with Richo right now.
Well, the man of the moment's James McDonald, and I know you don't like the attention, you don't like the chat about this milestone, but you're pretty keen to get it over and done with today.
Yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? But we've got 2 good chances, so hopefully they run really well and give themselves a chance. But the way the track is, it's going to make it difficult for the both of them, but we'll see how we go.
So what do you do? So the track's playing on speed, it's upgraded to a good 3, and you've got 2 horses who traditionally get back. What do you do?
Well, it's a funny one, isn't it? Because you tend to ride your horses to their pattern, but look, we could see Broadsiding leading today, maybe, I don't know, but we'll see. But he'd have to be very good to do that. But at the moment, we have no chance of him back in the field, and so I'll speak to Connections and we'll see how we go. But at the moment, we're going to have to come up with something, because unless he's so superior, it's not funny. But we'll play that by ear.
It's interesting. Does he have the speed at a 1600 metre tempo to be closer?
Yeah. Well, you got to remember he box seated in a JJ Atkins, so it's not like he was foreign. But he drew barrier 2 or 3 that day. Or one of the really soft barriers. So today is a little bit awkward. We've got 8 or 9 to contend with inside me. But in saying that, we've got to give ourselves a hope, and if that's by going forward, well, that's going forward. But we won't panic just yet. We'll see how we'll speak to James and see how we go.
Yeah, good luck, mate. That's why they pay you the big bucks.
Oh, so they say.
Now, there's a lot to think about, isn't there? There's so much to think about. And look at Mr. Brightside, $600,000 first prize today. It takes him past the Diva and so close to Very Elegant. It puts him in the top 5. He's been a war horse. He's won 7 Group 1s and an All-Star Mile, which retrospectively, we don't do it that way, but would give him an 8. But Kylie Diva, by the way, won 7 Group 1, so he gets them in 2 ways today if he is successful. He hasn't won a Group 1 at 2,000 metres. Look at that with Willow. 15 times they've combined.
Yeah, what a horse. What a combination. He knows him inside out.
So the next hour or so is just a bit special, isn't it? 3 Group 1s, the Hill Stakes thrown in with its $2 million and the Alan Brown, but all the things that might happen. Have we got a horse for the ages, a 3-year-old in broadsiding? What about Mr. B? And what about James? Could he win a 100th Group 1? So we come into the mounting yard, and it's the might and power. And every way you look at it, this is a remarkable animal. Just his background, Katie, from humble beginnings and everything he's been able to do.
Yeah, he was only a cheap buy over at Karaka, and the heights that he's reached, he really is a champion. And I think they'll be really happy with the way that the track's playing, because of course Mr. Brightside can put himself on speed. Of course, he's been chasing Pride Jenny on as she rolls along in front. So look, the track's going to suit him. As you said, he's not a Group 1 winner at the 2,000 metres, so that's the only query. This guy is. He loves it. Vow and Declare, of course, the Melbourne Cup hero. A few years ago now.
5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Believe it or not. And he was second in this race last year. He's won close to $8 million. He's been so well looked after. Calipaur goes in the Caulfield Cup next week, so this is his prep run for the Caulfield Cup.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit of a chance here today. He's drawn a good barrier. He's third up. He's just building his fitness. He looks really well in the yard. And, no doubt Chris Lees will be having him cherry ripe today.
So Vow and Declare, Calipaur and Adelaide River, all there in the Caulfield Cup next week if they want to take it up. This is the stablemate Adelaide River. Not so good last up, but good first up.
Yeah, he was. He was excellent. So he could have just been a little bit flat second up. So he'll bounce back from that run. Richo likes him today as he's roughy. He's drawn well. He's going to get a really nice run in the race.
A tissue. Great at Flemington. Just a little query about Caulfield, but loves the track being firm, and she is an outstanding Group 1 winner.
Yeah, she probably wasn't at her best when she had that start at Caulfield that one time. So, look, James McDonald and Chris Waller, they team up here. I really like her here today. As long as the track is okay for this race and the speed is on, and the speed will be on because Deny Knowledge is, I'd say, the likely leader here.
And look how short she is, Katie, on Super Tab at $9 here, because normally with Mick Kent now, with Anthony and Sam, because Yulong bought her, and she'll go to be one of their broodmares. But she holds the key a little bit to this race. How far does she go? And speaking of how far, here's another Jenny, of course, the stablemate of Pride of Jenny, in the same connections, the Otter Brays.
Yeah, look, she comes out of the stock stakes at Group 2 level, where she sat second on that occasion. So I'd imagine that they'll push forward with her. And Declan Bates is riding so well at the moment. Kieran Maher's stable is on fire. And
I think Coco Sun's a live chance in the Caulfield Cup if she can run well here. She had a bit of a mishap coming to the track today, but everything's okay.
Yeah, but because of that mishap and the laceration that she's got underneath her jaw, she's not wearing her crossover noseband. So that could be a disadvantage for her if she needs it and gets her mouth wide open.
Sportsbet Nick Ashman. Nick, it's been interesting. Mr. Brightside, I think from $1.50 to $1.80 earlier this week, but it looks like he's firming again. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right, Bruce. He's back into 165, the star galloper of the field. He's your favourite, and you'll go off odds on as well, but they've backed 3 to beat him. Let's take a look at that market for you. A Tissue, as Katie said, was beaten a long way by Mr. B at her only run here at Caulfield. Market says she's going to get a lot closer and maybe even beat him here this afternoon. Another mare, number 6, Deny Knowledge. This is your likely leader, Zara Friedman, the Caulfield and Melbourne Cup combination from last year. Hey, there's $51 available for her for the Caulfield Cup in 7 days' time if you want to snap up a bit of that. And you mentioned Vow and Declare. He's one of my favourites, the 9-year-old. Worth noting he ran an equal last 800 metres to Buckaroo in the Underwood Stakes, and we've had specking for him as well, 27 into $20. Chances are you're about to lose for free and confidential support. Call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Nick, I might stretch the friendship. Can you give us the market mover from Sportsbet?
Yeah, number 6, Deny Knowledge, Bruce. Since the markets went up, it's been the best backed runner, even though it's getting a little soft late, back out to $8 now.
Okay, so Deny Knowledge is the market mover. I think Rich will get an interview in a moment. Lizzie, I know you're at Rosehill Gardens watching on really closely. I mean, Mr. B is a favourite of yours. How confident are you today?
I was just discussing it with Kathy as how confident we were with him today. I think, Kath, we spoke about the way the track's playing is probably really going to suit him and not suit one of his main opposition, which is a Tissue.
Absolutely. I think with the track bias, you probably couldn't be confident to say that a Tissue was that much better of a horse to be able to overcome, being able to make some ground over the top of a horse like Mr. Brightside, who's just going to be in front of her.
Yeah, he certainly will be. Look, he's in terrific order. I saw him, as I mentioned earlier on, in the coverage at the Fee, and he looked absolutely terrific. The boys have got him low flying. He's a happy horse. Look at the team behind him. The story is just continues on, and I can't see him running poorly today, and I hope he goes and blows them away, Bruce.
Yeah, I'm a bit with you too, Lizzie, and it would be incredible for what he's already achieved to get another Group 1, to get that Maccabi Diva notch on his belt. We know that there's no comparison between the two, so different horses, and there's only one Diva. But also, it will add to the Cox Plate. If he were to win today, and Broadsiding were to win, it would make this Cox Plate, which looks special, even more remarkable in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, it will, Bruce. And he's going for his 8th Group 1. What a horse he's been. And as the girl said there in Sydney, the track is going to play into his hands. And Craig Williams has got options, really. He can let a little bit of speed go if he wishes and have the drop on them, or he could potentially lead this race if he really wanted to. He's just that type of horse.
And I think that some pressure's off Craig today, guys, because I know Deny Knowledge will lead, but there's no Pride of Jenny, and Craig's had a lot of pressure on him with Pride of Jenny in those races. How far do I go? How close do I get, and all of that. I think he can just ride the race today, ride the horse, ride the track, and let's see how it all turns out. Could this be the one? A Kiwi mare for a Kiwi legend? Let's see. He sits on 99. There he goes. We're about to go for the Might and Power.
Set for the Might and Power. They stand. Now the back gate just opens on Adelaide River. Attendance onto that. They're racing in the Might and Power. And a Tissue drag straight back to the end of the field. Mr. Brightside began cleanly with Vow and Declare. Deny Knowledge out wider on the course, and Jenny Lala is also in the top 4 or 5 as they head towards the climb at the 1700 metres. Deny Knowledge led Vow and Declare, Mr. Brightside, and out deeper Jenny Lala, followed by Adelaide River, Coco Sun, well back Carla Poor, and a Tissue last of the 8. 1400 metres to go in the Might and Power, and the leader is Deny Knowledge as expected by 2 1/4 at this stage. Jenny Lala second, third is Mr. Brightside, 4 lengths off the leader. Vow and Declare is next, about 1.5 lengths Adelaide River. Coco Sun, a Tissue, has got past Carla Poor at the top of the hill. 1100 metres to go. Deny Knowledge just snuck away. About 3 lengths, 4 lengths now, Jenny Lala. Mr. Brightside on the inside, followed by Vow and Declare as Mr. Brightside stays away from the fence at that important stage at the 1000 metres. Coco Sun making up ground the fence, and then came Adelaide River, a Tissue second last, and at the back is Carla Poor. To the railway side, 800 metres to go, and it's Deny Knowledge being rated by Zara. 5 lengths in front. Jenny Lala second, Mr. Brightside in plenty of air third. Coco Sun picking up ground the fence, and then came Vow and Declare, Adelaide River, a Tissue second last, and Carla Poor is at the end. Deny Knowledge with 500 metres to go is 4 lengths in front, and now Mr. Brightside starts the chase. 2 lengths Coco Sun, followed by Adelaide River, a Tissue's trying to get away from the rails. Deny Knowledge into the running, 300 metres to go. 3 lengths Mr. Brightside, then Adelaide River, and a Tissue brought to the outside from Coco Sun. Deny Knowledge, 200 metres to go, has given a bold sight. Mr. Brightside wearing her down, 100 to go, still Deny Knowledge, 1.25 lengths. Mr. Brightside not getting there, and the mare has stolen it. Deny Knowledge wins, 3/4 length Mr. Brightside, a Tissue, a gap Adelaide River, Coco Sun, next in the field Carla Poor, Vow and Declare, Jenny Lala last. Take a bow, Mark Zara.
Dubai's 7-year-old mare. We know a few of those with Pride of Jenny. So an upset for the market mover here. She was so well backed in this race, wasn't she? Deny Knowledge. The Freedmans get their 7th together. Zara gets his 32nd Group 1. Mr. Brightside had every possible, I reckon, and the Tissue's run an absolute bottler. Not a major shock, but a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, the track was always going to suit the leaders here, and Deny Knowledge, I noted down the back, Mark Zara really backed it off, and then as soon as he got to the top of the hill, he really put the hammer down there, Bruce, and that was a really good win, a brave ride.
Richo, you're with Sam Freedman. This is a bit special, isn't it, when you get a horse like this and turn her into a Group 1 winner?
And he's had a lot of thrills in his racing career, but that one looked like it meant a lot to you. You dashed over to all your staff. This looks like it was a special team effort.
It absolutely was, Richo. Look, she was a well-performed mare before she arrived to us, it has to be said. You know, for Mick Kent, she arrived in terrific order. And watched all her replays, and you know, you've got to identify their assets and their flaws. Their biggest asset was probably her flaw as well, that she could get to the front, but she was sort of running through the bridle a touch. So Henry, our track rider up in Queensland, did a lot of work on her, just getting her to relax and switch off, and then be able to get her to quicken when you wanted to. And Blake Shin obviously rode her in the Grafton Cup, and she relaxed in behind them. So she was tardy out of the gates the other day. We've got a man on her tail today, and look, he's a great rider. He can adapt. We actually discussed it before the race to say, said to him, this isn't your style. You're not this sort of rider, but you're going to have to adapt and roll along. So he did.
Yeah, and she was superb, wasn't she? She was really brave. I mean, she the way the track's playing, you would have come today very confident.
Look, we were confident the way the track had been playing for the first few races that, you know, we need her to be good out of the gates to at least take advantage of that. I think she's classier than probably people give her credit. And her run in the Underwood was very good. She took off early and was still there fighting it out towards the finish. And look, we may back up next week if she pulls up well. Front runner in the Caulfield Cup, yeah, why not?
Yeah, and you've also got in mind, you know, a Cox Plate, or Caulfield Cup looks more likely?
I think Caulfield Cup may be slightly more likely. Who knows? She's relaxing well enough. You might have a crack at a Melbourne Cup. So she looks like she's maybe getting tired on the line, but she'll sustain that same gallop for a very long time. So it's very, very good.
Another Group 1, hey? That Freedmans and Zara, they're unbeatable at the moment. Well done, buddy.
Cheers. Thanks, Richard.
Wow. I think that's all we need to say. You just needed to rate this mare in front well, which you did, and you've won the all-important Group 1 with her.
Yeah, I mean, that was a plan. That was her only chance. You know, she actually jumped well today, and I was able to get there, and she wasn't overdoing it. She was just happy, and I just wanted to have her 800, 1,000, 800 just slowly pick up, and pretty much wanted her flat out coming around the bend. And when we straightened up and I give her one, she responded well and missed the bright, so I was probably sick of chasing these two-away front runners, but I thought around Caulfield he might be a little bit susceptible over 2,000, and yeah, you know, the track's obviously a bit leaderish today, but yeah, all credit to her, it was a good win.
It was a good run, but it was a good ride. You've got to rate them well. But this is a mare that's obviously got exceptional aerobics, and throughout her career she's always shown that, but always been a little bit troublesome, so today she did it well.
Anthony and Sam and the staff have done a great job getting it right, you know. She seems to cruise along a bit nicer in the front now, and Yulong bore, and they're getting repaid, so well done to everyone.
Go and celebrate another Group 1 victory. Well done.
Cheers, thank you.
32 for Mark, and 3 Caulfield Stakes or Might and Powers. He won on Cape of Good Hope and also one on Galo Shop. What do you reckon, Lizzie? Mr. B, first thoughts?
A bold front-running ride from Mark, and obviously the track is favouring horses up on speed, we know that. I thought the run of the race was a tissue from back in the field, but just casting our memory back to a couple of weeks ago when Growing Empire was beaten by Mark Zara, he's been able to repay Yulong with a victory on Deny Knowledge, so it's all forgiven, Kath.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a funny kind of track today, and it's throwing up different results, but, you know, all credit to the ride. I think the ride won the race, and there was like a couple of good runs in the race. Obviously, a tissue making ground out wide where they haven't been making ground. I thought that was outstanding too.
Yeah, also Adelaide River gets a tick as well, Bruce.
No, I agree with that, and those two to watch. So Deny Knowledge, 20th on the order for the Caulfield Cup. You'd expect that's where she might go. So the Hill Royal Patronage backs up from a great run in the Epsom. He's for Gay Adrian. Kovalika was good in the Epsom, wasn't he? Could he break through today? And I know Lee Matthews will be watching. He's in Darwin with Deb today, and he's in Golden Path, and he's pretty excited. Is Lethal Lee. Good luck to you, mate.
Rules. I don't necessarily like